The central question on this appeal is the meaning of the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act 2010. Do those terms refer to biological women or biological sex? Or is a woman to be interpreted as extending to a trans woman with a gender recognition certificate? By that I mean a person born male who now possesses a gender recognition certificate amending her gender to female, and sex to be interpreted as including what I will refer to as certificated sex. The unanimous decision of this court is that the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act 2010 refer to a biological woman and biological sex. But we counsel against reading this judgment as a triumph of one or more groups in our society at the expense of another. It is not. As I shall explain later in this hand-down speech, the Equality Act 2010 gives transgender people protection not only against discrimination through the protected characteristic of gender reassignment, but also against direct discrimination, indirect discrimination, and harassment in substance in their acquired gender. This is the application of the principle of discrimination by association. Those statutory protections are available to transgender people whether or not they possess a gender recognition certificate.
Trans women are women, get over it. Do you agree with that?
No, to the extent that, look, and I say this with some self-criticism and reflection, if you'd asked me a few years ago on this topic, I would have said, trans men are men, trans women are women, some people are trans, get over it, let's move on, this is all blown out of proportion. And now I sort of sit and reflect and think, actually, there are lots of complexities and challenges.
Isn't that the problem, that leading
debate.
figures like yourself, and I'm not just singling you out, but leading figures like yourself were saying, get over it,
no,
when people were trying to raise the facts. So you regret,
I absolutely take the criticism on the chin. And at the same time, I also think that there's been some absolutely ugly rhetoric directed towards trans people who are at the wrong end of all of the statistics on hate crime, on self-harm, suicide, mental ill health. So I think we've got a collective responsibility to be open to this debate and discussion, and to do so in the sort of thoughtful, careful and sensitive way that Dr. Cass has.